Hi, everyone, and welcome. Thanks so much for joining our on demand webinar. Today, we are excited to walk you through how to summarize your 2025 recruiting efforts using Spark Hire Recruits Analytics and how to turn those insights into a strong, data driven plan for 2026. We will also share quick tips to help you get the most out of Spark Hire. I'm Sonia Morik, a senior customer success manager here at Spark Hire, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. Today, we'll focus on your team's performance, the level of effort behind your hires, the pipeline analysis, the management level reporting, and finally, how to plan for 2026 using your data and the powerful new features we have released this year. So let's jump in. First, let's access the analytics page by clicking your avatar or a company name in the top right corner of the screen. Let's begin with the Team Engagement Report, which helps you understand performance trends across all team members involved in hiring, including recruiters, hiring managers, interviewers, and coordinators. We'll select 2025 as the time period so the data reflects your year-end summary. At the top, we get a snapshot of the number of completed steps, the average time to complete, the average time to evaluate interviews, and the time invested in interviews. You can also compare your activity against the last year's performance. These metrics highlight where your team invested their time and reveal opportunities for optimization. To understand how much work went into hiring in 2025, let's have a look at the completed interview summary included on this report. This table reveals how many steps your team has executed and how much effort went into candidate interactions like interviews. You will also see whether in-person interviews take longer than phone interviews or whether a specific step is too long or too slow, too filtering, or not filtering enough. Scheduling is a key productivity indicator. So the completed interview summary helps you find the time to complete each of these steps, but also the time to schedule, the time to evaluate, the time invested in interviews for each of your teammates. This helps identify delays and find room for improvement, which is also essential for planning workload and capacity for 2026. Now, let's review together the activity breakdown report. This report is one of our most powerful analytics tools. It's excellent for analyzing past performance and the pipeline health. These reports includes both in-progress candidates and historical step completions. This report helps answer the following questions. How many steps has your team completed, including CV screens, interviews, and offers? When were your busiest times throughout the year? How many candidates were rejected, withdrawn at each step? Which steps created bottlenecks? Were some stages over-filtering or under-filtering? Are relevant candidates actually reaching management interviews? Let's scroll to the activity thread to see completed steps over time by month or quarter. In this case, we can see the completed CV screens, completed interviews, completed offers, but we can also include all of the completed steps and the quantity of applications received as well. Now let's filter for a specific role. I will click the plus button to add a new filter. Then I will select position as a filter, and I will select the position that I want to use as a filter right now. If we scroll down until the pipeline breakdown by stage, we will be able to see for each of these steps, in progress candidates, completed, passed, the pass-through rate, rejected, withdrawn, and the average time to complete. The average time to complete can be really helpful to identify bottlenecks. For example, CV screens taking more than 4 days could need optimization. Interviews taking 7 to 10 days could indicate scheduling delays, and offers delayed more than a couple of days can be quite risky because could lead us to losing candidates. In addition to this, high or low pass-through rates on this column reveal if a step is doing too much or too little filtering. For example, if a manager's screen has extremely high pass rates, your recruiter is likely doing excellent pre-screening. But if two consecutive screenings both have high pass rates, maybe one step is redundant. Now let's switch to the management summary, which focuses on candidates hired in 2025. This is essential for budget and resource planning discussions. This report helps us answering the following questions. How many hires did you make? What was the time to hire and the time to onboard? How many hires came from each source, including referrals, agencies, active sourcing, and internal mobility? How many openings were filled on time versus delayed? And how many openings were active each month? Let's review this report a little bit further. The hiring trends overview gives you a quick snapshot of how your time to hire and time to onboard change throughout the year. You can also add your own data sources directly to this chart. For example, the hires from agencies, from referrals, from active search, and from internal mobility. Also, the openings over time helps you see how many openings were active each month. And this summary table at the bottom, the hires by expected hiring date, helps you see for each of your roles whether you hit your target date or you missed it and by how much. So just as a reminder, Recruit automatically sets a 60-day expected hire date unless you choose to customize it. For example, I can see that for the product owner position, the hire was made on time, but this was not the case for the business development representative role. With your 2025 insights, we can build a strong plan for next year. Some of the key areas to explore and consider when working on your strategic planning for 2026 are team resources, the expected time to hire for each role, source performance, bottlenecks you'll need to eliminate, budget allocation, workflows that need additional refinement, positions that require more or fewer interviews, improving candidate experience, among others. Let's review together some reports that will help you evaluate these aspects in depth. Now let's have a quick look at the activity per hire report. This report is a must use for planning resources. It shows per position, the CV screens per hire, the interviews per hire, and hours invested per hire. This helps you estimate how much capacity you need to open or maintain in 2026. I also wanted to quickly mention the time to hire and the apply to hire reports. These advanced reports break down trends, role-specific expectations, and performance over time. The apply to hire is especially important because it measures your responsiveness to top talent, basically to those candidates that apply proactively. And when speaking about planning our recruiting for 2026, it's very important to understand the behavior of our sources. Let's have a look at the source quality report. Apart from reviewing the KPIs at the top of the report, I strongly recommend taking a closer look at the source performance summary table because it provides very rich insights that can support effective source optimization. Here you will find how many applicants you received from each of your sources and the duplicate rates. But it's not just about the volume of applicants, because when we're speaking about sources, the quality is key. So you can also see the qualified candidates per source, the stage advancement per source, and hires per source. And all of this is critical for budget planning and to decide where you want to allocate your efforts for next year. Let's take a look at the rejected and withdrawn reports. The rejected candidates report. Well, this report shows how many candidates were rejected and the rejection rate of disposition candidates. But the biggest value of this report is that it helps you understand your top rejection reasons. And this also brings the opportunity to identify room for improvement. So, with these insights over here, you can identify early stage rejections and take actions, whether that's, let's say, improving your job descriptions or refining role requirements, or maybe you can add knockout questions to your questionnaires in order to reject candidates early on, or you can also optimize communication with your agencies. The withdrawn candidates report has a very similar structure to the previous one. In this case, it helps you spot late stage drop off. For example, it can highlight opportunities to improve the candidate experience or to set clear expectations with candidates right from the start. Let's review one more report together. The best candidate funnel report is especially useful for closed or hired positions because it shows all candidates who are no longer under consideration, whether they were rejected, withdrew, or were hired. It helps you analyze funnel efficiency by breaking down each stage of the hiring process over here. The report shows the quantity of hires reaching each stage, the pass-through rate between stages, the drop-offs, and which steps have required too many or too few candidates. So this makes it really easier to plan how many candidates you need to reach a single hire. You can also filter by position and compare different positions to spot trends and identify opportunities for improvement. This is ideal for evaluating whether your funnel is healthy and scalable for 2026. Before we wrap up, I wanted to show you some enhanced features to leverage our reports in Recruit. Now, let's take a look at some of the exciting new features we've added to make your reporting experience even smoother. First, custom reports. You can now build reports that match exactly what you need, focusing on the metrics that matter most to you. Next, mark reports as favorites. This makes it easy to quickly access the reports you use most often without searching through the entire list. You can also save default layouts. Set up your report the way you like it once, and then it will open in that format every time. And finally, bookmark your filters. This allows you to save specific filter combinations so you can instantly apply them whenever you need. Together, these features help you work faster, stay organized, and get more value out of your report. Let's explore how to unlock the full potential of your data with Spark Hire's custom reports. Custom reports let you tailor your reporting experience to your unique data needs. You get greater flexibility, control, and efficiency in analyzing and sharing insights with your teammates. From your avatar at the top right, select Analytics and then click New Custom Report. Give your report a descriptive title and a clear description so it's easy to find later. Then click Add Widgets to start building your report. You can add up to 25 widgets, filtering by category or type. Widgets include KPI for a quick overview of metrics, charts to visualize trends over time, and summary and descriptive tables for detailed data analysis. Simply select the widgets and then click Add Widgets. You can manage widgets anytime by clicking Manage Widgets. Rearrange them within their sections, KPIs at the top, charts in the middle, tables at the bottom for a clear and organized view. You can also add widgets or remove widgets as your reporting needs change. Filters help you focus on the most relevant data. You can filter by period, by position, by department, and you can also use your custom position fields. You can even save filters as default, so everyone sees the same view when accessing a shared report. You can also customize your report layout. For example, you can decide which columns to display on your summary table. You can also select your preferred chart view. Save your preferred layout as the default so you can always see the data that matters most without reconfiguring every time. By default, custom reports are private. To share, click the three dots next to Manage Widgets, select Share, and choose Share with Teammates. Copy the link and share it with your team. You can also mark reports as favorites for quick access. Your favorite reports will appear in the My Favorites dropdown. You can also duplicate your report to create a new custom version. With custom reports, Spark Hire Recruit empowers you to analyze, visualize, and share data your way. And filters can be a great help to focus on the most relevant data. You can filter by period, by department, or you can also filter by position, by location, and you can even use your custom position fields. But we also know how time-consuming it can be to apply your filters manually every time. So you can now bookmark your filters and save your filters as default. We hope the reports and the new features we went through today give you some useful tools to plan a successful year of hiring. Next, if you want personalized tips or guidance to get the most out of Recruit, reach out to your customer success manager. We are here to help. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we can't wait to see how you put all these insights into action.